What is going on, my Carp Nation? I am BobZeBattleDroid, and I am here with another Stealthy Saturday strategy video. And in this video, I'm going to be going over my second place at a League Challenge deck. And if you don't already know what the deck is that the deck that I have here today is a Yveltal Darkrai Garbodor deck, which is something that's been kind of talked about recently, although mine is a slightly different variant, as most variants play Yveltal EX, not Darkrai EX, like my deck plays. And I also won some packs, so I can open those up for you guys. So let's just get straight into the deck profile here that I'll show you guys off the deck, and then we can open up some packs. So to start off here, we've got 3 Darkrai EX. It's really kind of the late game sweeper for this deck. It's just a great attacker all around. Dark Pulse can hit pretty high, and 180 HP, and you strap a Fury Belt onto that isn't all that bad. The definite MVP of this deck is Yveltal. It's just a great Pokemon all around for the ability and the attack. It has an ability called Fright, which says as long as this Pokemon's active, your opponent's tool cards don't have any effects. That isn't to say that they don't actually work, which does mean that Garbodor will shut this off, because technically it will still have a tool attached, it just won't do anything. Although in that instance with Garbodor, because the ability is shutting down, it does have effect. Anyway, it's great because we can affect with our opponent's game state by Lysandering something up like maybe Volcanion EX with a heavy retreat cost, or Giratina EX. And just start Pitch Black Spearing, spreading damage around, and then that's when we come in and sweep with Darkrai EX. Another great thing about this is that it's great against Megas, because their Spirit Links don't have an effect unless they can shut the ability down. They will just have to waste a turn to Mega Evolve, which does make it very good for this deck. One Yveltal EX, I had added this actually the day of the League Challenge from the original deck list that I had created and done on this channel. It's great because Evaball can actually do a decent amount of damage against Rainbow Road, which is really what you need. And so it's just a great attacker overall. Evaball can do a decent amount of damage just with a few energy attached to it, knocking out some Xerneas, hoping that your opponent doesn't have another Xerneas on the bench if they're playing Rainbow Road, because our deck just does horrible against that. Two of Shaman EX, it's pretty much every deck. There's really no reason to explain. One Umbreon EX, endgame, just a great attack. I mean, you can take four prizes against a Mega. And since you're spreading damage around with Yveltal EX, or Yveltal rather, there's no reason not to include it in here. And we've also got a 1/1 line of Garbodor. It seems somewhat counterproductive because Garbodor's ability does shut down Fright Knight, although it is good against in some matchups like Greninja, where we really don't want to use Fright Knight. We just want to go in, get Garbodor online, and then use Darkrai and start sweeping with Dark Pulse. It's going to be our strategy against decks like Greninja. But it's cut it down from a 2/2 line, but it's still pretty consistent as I've seen in the League Challenge. For supporters, we run 4 Professor Sycamore, pretty standard, no explanation needed. 2 N, again, it's a pretty standard there. It's either 2 or 3 for most decks. 2 Lysander. Lysander's a great way to pull up your opponent's Pokemon and then just knock them out. 1 Delinquent. Delinquent is disruption, and it is just insane. It is disgusting. It's just, I can't say how many times I've played it, and then it's just your opponent's hand could possibly go down to 0, and then you have another 2 turns of Pitch Black Spearing. It's great. And then Ninjaboy here. Ninjaboy is great because it actually works pretty well with our Umbreon EX, because we can actually Umbreon, or go into an Umbreon if we have an Yveltal, or we have a Darkrai or something like that. Even Fright Knight. It's great for getting Fright Knight out of the active because we can't attach a Floatstone to retreat it, which Ninjaboy is kind of a great switching card for that purpose, because we don't have any other way to do that. We've got 4 Trainer's Mail. It's really good for this deck, considering that we're going to be playing max elixirs, and so we have to dig for those max elixirs pretty hard. I mean, we've got to find them. We've got 4 VS Seeker. Any deck really is going to play them unless you're playing Vileplume. Only deck you will not be seeing 4 VS Seeker in. It is that good. They're like $9 a piece, and it's pretty obvious why. It's just an overall great card, and I can't say that it's worse than it really is, because it's just that good. You've got 4 Max Elixir. Max Elixir is another great card in this deck. Looking at the top 6 cards of a deck, find energy, attach it to a benched basic Pokemon, and it's just great. It's really what gets this deck going, because we can actually pitch Black Spear possibly on our first turn if we go second, but we can consistently get at least a second turn pretty much, and it also helps us charge up Darkrai's attack if we don't go the route of pitch Black Spear, and do that. 2 Fury Belt. I originally had the count to 3, but I dropped it down to 2. It was just all spaced. I mean, I like having 3, but it's difficult to fit in more than that, because you're really dedicated to get to max elixir, and it's a little difficult to get around that. You got 4 Ultra Ball, standard in pretty much every deck that isn't going to be running like Dive Ball, because if you're a water deck, then you just run Dive Ball because you get free search. But Ultra Ball is pretty standard for every deck. So 3 Float Stone. Float Stone's great for activating Garb. Also, if we want to go using Fright Knight, we can attach a Float Stone to like Darkrai in the active, or Shaman in the active, anything that's in the active, and then bring out the Yveltal, and then, you know, start Fright Knighting, doing that. So we've also got 1 Super Rod. Now, Super Rod's actually really great in this deck, considering that we run a bunch of energy. We don't run the normal baby Yveltal that's going to help us, would help us to bring energy back from the discard pile, so we actually need it heavily. And it's also great for bringing that Garbodor line back into the deck, because if we happen to discard Trubbish early on, or Garbodor early on, I mean, if we need it, we're going to have to get that back into the deck. For Stadium, we run 3 Parallel City. Parallel City is great against, really, Rainbow Road, which is just a horrible matchup for us. I'm probably going to switch the 1 Parallel City off to a Silent Lab just to help us with our Volcanion matchup, as that is somewhat unfavorable. But it's not as bad as Rainbow Road. Rainbow Road is just disgusting. You know, Parallel City is going to be helpful against that, because we can bump their bench down to 3 and then reduce their damage output a ton. For energy, we've got 10 basic energy, and we've also got 4 DCE, or not 4, rather 3 DCE to round this deck out. So I'll just give a brief overview of how the League Challenge went. I went 3-1. It was only 4 matches, and my first match was against, let's see, what did I play? Played a Vespiquen deck, and it was pretty easy. Actually, my opponent just couldn't set up at all. Then my second match was against Rainbow Road, so I just lost. Third match was against some random mill deck. It was actually Slowking. These Durant, so it's Durant Mill with Slowking. So I just got Garbodor online and just started plucking off the Durants with Fright Knight. So that was pretty good there. And then my final matchup was against Yanmega Break. It actually did pretty well. I mean, he went 2-2, but he actually probably would have went 3-1 if he hadn't faced me. The reason why was that I had Garbodor, and I got Garbodor out, and I just locked him from playing a lot of stuff. I did also went 4-1 variants. I went got fourth place with a similar deck to this. Not exactly this. This deck's been changing over time. I got 4th place at League Challenge, going 4-1 with decks similar to this. But yeah, let's get the packs open, because that's what we're all waiting for, right? That's what we want to see. Okay, so we've got 3 packs of Steam Siege here that I can open up for you guys, and I am just excited to actually have an opening up for you guys on this channel. I know we've been doing a lot of competitive stuff recently, and we can finally get some non-competitive stuff up. So, let's see. I'll go. Let's start with the Gardevoir. Finish with the Xerneas, and yeah, we can open this up and see what we get. Oh no, I hate these packs. There we go. The pack struggle is so real, and I have to open these packs up behind camera now because of the stupid code that is trolling the world. And we're gonna have to do it that way because I don't want to show you guys and ruin it for you. And so, to start off here, we've got a Zweilous, a Greedy Dice, Duat, Ponyta, Marill, Leo, Rufflet, Fungus, Clink Reverse, and a rare is an Yveltal holo. So, I mean, it's alright. I mean, it's the Oblivion Wing one, so the one that we don't play. But it's still decent. A couple bucks there. Set that, I guess, off to the side and grab the pack. So now we've got a Volcanion pack. Ooh, that's nice. That looks nice, right? Let's see what we can get here. I can't even remember the last time I opened up a pack, honestly. Because as a competitive player, it really makes more sense to just not buy cards like in this way. So to start off, we've got a Monferno, Ninjaboy, Clang, Litwick, Meowth, Ponyta, Rufflet, Larvesta, Monferno Reverse, and our rare is a Bastiodon. So, not good. To say the least, not good. And so our final pack here is Xerneas Break, and I guess Xerneas is gonna have to do it for us. Come on, Xerneas, we're gonna hope that you can give us the goods, all of them, all the goods, because I don't want to go and not have anything good, if that makes sense. So let's just get this opened again behind camera because they created 2 different types of codes, and now my pack is just failing on me. Okay, here we go. For some reason, all my codes here are all bent. That's rather weird. So, to start off, we have a Braviary, an Armor Fossil Shieldon, Skiploom, Joltik, Tangela, Pawniard, Oshawott, Nidoran Male, Joltik is our reverse, and a rare is a Volcanion EX. Are you kidding? Well, I was actually thinking, if I happen to get a Volcanion, I was like, maybe I should make a Volcanion deck. And that's exactly what I pulled. Huh. Maybe that's a sign. Maybe it's a sign that I should get away from my Shark deck and go try out one of its bad matchups. Volcanion here. Get all that sleeved up. But that's going to be about it for this video. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later in the next video. Thank you.